Hey, good morning, Bell Nation. It's Rob. It is Friday morning, probably around 11 o'clock or so. It's beautiful out here. To give you a look at what I'm looking at out here at the LPL facility. Just a absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous morning. Some good wind, sunlight, not a cloud in the sky. It's beautiful out, man. So I hope you guys are enjoying this weather. Hope you get a chance to get outside and see some of God's beautiful creation. I'm going to be posting a couple videos today because I haven't posted any in a while, and it's on me. But I wanted to let you know that I'm going to get back onto my Monday morning weigh-ins. Probably not this coming Monday because I'll be in Atlanta, but the following Monday. I'm going down to Atlanta for a 1-week training session. Where I will be getting enough hours to get my associate coaching credentials, so to become a certified life coach. So I'm happy about that, and it will take about 6 months to get the actual certification, but it is something that I'm working on, and I wanted you guys to know that that's in process. But the bigger reason I wanted to reach out to you is talking about routines. Good routines, good habits versus the bad routines, bad habits. My son just played a disc golf tournament last weekend in Charlotte, the Charlotte Amateur Championship, where he finished tied for seventh out of 84 competitors. Ironically, the top five of the top 10 that finished this tournament and advanced were kids, 16, 17, or younger. The guy who won it is this kid named Evan Scott, who's insanely good. He shot great rounds, and he's 14. And then there was I think a 16-year-old took third place, a 13-year-old took fourth place, and then Gavin and another 16 or 17-year-old tied for seventh place. So, and the rest were all grown men, pretty much. It's pretty crazy, but in between the third and fourth round on the final day, we were at lunch, and Gavin said, "Hey, I'm thinking about changing my putting routine." And I was like, "Why would you want to do that, man? You are on the final card, the lead card of the final round of a Tier A, which is a top tier amateur, big event. You have shot 19 under in 3 rounds. You just shot your best round ever at the last course, which was the third lowest score recorded there that day. Why would you change that? Why would you do anything to change anything right now when you're playing so consistently well?" He didn't really have a good example or a good answer. He could give me an example of why he wanted to change. It was just something he felt. And I advised against it as a friend. You know, there's a fine line between the father and the friend advice, and my response was, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that if I were you, because you're playing so well. Well, he did it anyway, and he ended up shooting his lowest rated round, 2 over the final course, which was still a good rating at that course. It's a tough course, but he dropped from tied for second out of 84 people to tied for seventh. So the lesson I think that I tried to explain to Gavin is that you don't change stuff in the middle of competition. You never see a kicker go up and do his 3 steps up and 2 steps over before a field goal. You never see him try to change that and throw the defense off, right? I mean, that doesn't happen. Every professional has a set routine. Basketball players will dribble a certain number of times or do a couple, fake shots, practice routine motions before they do their free throws. Kickers with their walk up. Baseball players will do a certain number of practice swings before they put the bat on and they get their batting stance. Every single professional sport, the professional does a routine that they don't change. Golfers, most of them do a couple practice swings before they do the real swing. A couple practice putts before they do the real putt. It's a tradition. It's a routine. It is something they have done over and over and over, and they don't change it because they know it works. That is an example of a routine that you should never change if you are in a profession that requires you to be consistent. However, most of us have routines that we stay on, we are stuck in, that we should be changing to get out of our ruts, to get out of the routine, to get out of cruise control, off of autopilot. Every time that you do something the exact same way you did yesterday, and the exact same way you did the day before, you eat the same things, you do the same thing when you get off of work, you come home, change out of your clothes, eat your dinner, sit in front of the TV, veg out, sleep. You don't change anything, but you want to see different results. It's not how it works. You have to change something, sometimes in a dramatic fashion, in order to see dramatic changes. Sometimes they're little small changes. You can do a lot of small changes that make that actually build up to a larger overall change. But the reality is, you want to get out of your rut by doing things outside of what are your regular routine. So in the course of the last 9.5 months, I've done a lot of things to get out of my routine. A lot of things I've discussed before in videos: yoga, meditation, quit drinking is a huge one, but doing some type of exercise a lot more often than I was doing before. The sciatic nerve issue I've been having is kind of clearing up, but I'm not cleared to do any kind of major exercise from my doctor. So you have to do certain things to break off of that autobahn that you are just on cruise control on. You're just speeding through life on cruise control, doing the exact same thing. When you make those changes and you get off of that autobahn, you take that little country road off to the side while you're all there by yourself, right? There's no one else on that road. That whole the road less traveled or whatever thing. But I mean, there's no one else out there. You're out there by yourself. You're doing things that most folks won't do. And you're starting to see results that most folks won't see. So, key point, know the difference between good routines and bad routines, good habits and bad habits. I think Gavin, he's 15. He doesn't have the brain development that adults have. They're still in that very much and I don't mean that negatively for my son. He's a very smart kid, but that's just a fact. Your brain is not developed at 15. So he has a hard time grasping some of the concepts that I'm giving him, that I'm telling him. If he were to implement some of the things that I'm telling him now at age 15, when he's my age at almost 50, he's going to have the world at his control. He can do anything he wants to do. He will be probably retired by then. He'll be very fortunate, be well off, more than likely. Probably in great physical health because he will not let himself go like I did for so long. So it really is just a matter of making the effort and doing the right things on a consistent basis, knowing which routines to stop, which ones to start. So that's the first video I wanted to share with you today, because I think it's very important that we know there are certain things that are good routines that you should always maintain, and there are some things you never change in the middle of a competition. And this life is kind of a competition. We're trying to get to the end of this road, into this game, if you will, having done as much as we can to help other fellow human beings and ourselves and our families. And so it starts with you. You got to take care of yourself first. So hope you guys have a great weekend. Nothing on our agenda right now, except for my parents are having I can't say that. That's kind of secret. So anyway, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Remember, believe, achieve, inspire, and lead. That is the Bell philosophy. Live it, learn it, love it. Thanks.